Hello and welcome to my latest audio. There's been much going on in the world, hasn't there? And I tend not to focus on the dramas of life and what's taking on within our consciousness and the wider collective is something I tend not to focus on and bring people's attention to the light. There's been one topic that has been circulated in and around media recently, and that is disclosure. The actual word disclosure, I'm not sure what it means, as to disclose a truth that perhaps people already know cannot be called disclosure. Instead, it's more of a scenario that will be presented to us. And so I called this audio When Disclosure Happens, because I do believe it is going to happen. And when it does, the very basis of our life, the very structure and foundation of our worldly existence is about to change, because we are believing people and our lives are shaped around what we believe. And when we are delivered a different belief system to the one that's already in place and the one that we inherited from our parents and grandparents, we start to understand that life really is a different kettle of fish altogether. I know that this will be a particularly testing environment for humanity when the disclosure actually happens. Just imagine for one moment that we are told that there are technologies way beyond our own. And straight away, because of our programming, and rightly so, it's just business as usual. We will go about our lives making our business, making the money we require to keep a roof over our heads and to pay the bills. But then all of a sudden, these greater technologies than we have available to us today, if that is confirmed, we then have the scenario that there are technologies that could support us even more than they are today. And so the whole question of identity and role comes into our awareness, whether it's unconsciously or consciously through words just like these. You see, we are going to go to a particular destination as a society and a culture. And as one piece of information, whether it's true or not, as one piece of information is given to us, it will lead to another piece of information and a realization in relation to ourselves and the wider world. You see, I actually think that's very positive. There is an optimism here in that maybe we don't have to compete with each other anymore. Maybe our new job can be developing ourselves. Our focus could be on healing our fundamental emotional pain bodies, of healing our inherited tests, of connecting to the light as much as we can, and bringing that into our bodies more throughout the day. You see, with technologies and progress, there should be more leisure time. And indeed, I do believe and understand that in the 1970s, when the microchip was invented, it was sold as a very good thing for humanity. And indeed, it has and can be a good thing. But it was sold as more leisure time. Now, I'm not here to put the world to rights on that level. I firmly believe that it's our consciousness and our expansion of awareness and consciousness that ultimately changes society anyway. So whilst the perceived power is with those given the on-quote disclosure, I do believe that on another level, it will happen because of our awareness going beyond the current paradigm. And actually, it's probably not even the current paradigm. It's probably already a new paradigm to which we are already catching up. I know that my body has been catching up with the new realities coming into the earth. It isn't always comfortable. It is possible to live with, though, and to progress with. And that's the key thing. Personally, in my own progress, I'm aware that when I'm given a new piece of information, that it is then up to me to reposition the fundamental truth that is being delivered to me on a much more fundamental and unconscious level. And it is this consciousness that is rising. We are becoming more conscious of self and implications of behavior. And so what our wants and desires are going to change relative to this also. And I just want you to be perhaps more sort of prepared for what might take place. Because whilst there are people that might struggle with this information, there are people that will be able to deal with this and navigate life almost seamlessly, as if nothing has really changed, only that the truth that they already knew was being acknowledged by the wider world. And that gives me a great sense of peace. So whilst we are not quite there yet, I celebrate with you, and I call on the light and the angels and our highest helpers and guides to steer and protect us in the path ahead. And with that, I say, peace be with you, and I'll see you soon.